Hello, in this video, we're going to see how we can transfer and test the project with our PLC, which has been done in the previous video with TIA Simulator. Before we get started with today's video, I just wanted to inform you about all the great content I have been releasing on the PLC Goods YouTube channel, which includes industrial automation PLC programming, HMI and microcontroller-based developments. My name is Syed Reza, and if you enjoy this video, I would appreciate it if you could click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell, to receive the latest and the greatest content I will be posting through the channel. Alright, let's start this video. We have seen how we can use a template of TIA portal to connect virtual PLC and Factory I/O together. Now, let me do the sorting box project with my Real PLC. First, I click on Add New Device. I'm going to configure my PLC in TIA. Instead of finding my devices manually, I select Unspecified CPU 1200. Now, I click on Detect. TIA will try to detect my connected hardware. Like previous videos, if I click here, PLC LEDs should start flashing, but it did not happen. Why? If you remember, I have told you, when we're going to connect real PLCs, we must close all virtual PLC. So, let me close this virtual PLC, and try again. At this time, TIA has detected my hardware, and PLC LEDs start flashing. Alright, my hardware is detected and configured in TIA portal. I will need to use this PLC address in Factory I/O. Also, let the PLC inputs address start from 10 instead of 0, like previous videos. My CPU supports 2 analog inputs, so I must take care to don't use them in Factory I/O. Also, let me change my CPU protection settings. I have explained these settings in previous videos. As you see, the inserted PLC doesn't have any program. I can use the sorting box program, which has been written in the main block. So, let me copy the previous main block and paste it here, in the program blocks folder of the new PLC. Now, I click on OK, to transfer my sorting box program. Pay attention, this opened main block belongs to previous PLC. So, let me close it, and open the transferred main block, which is in the second PLC. If you remember, we have needed this function to connect virtual PLC to Factory I/O, which has been defined here, in the previous PLC. Now, I'm going to use Real PLC, so I don't need it, and can delete it. Also, we have defined some tags in the sorting box program. The new PLC needs to know each tag address. So, I need to transfer PLC tags table to Now, TIA portal knows each tag belongs to which address, based on this tag table. Alright, the sorting box program has been transferred to the new PLC, and now, I can transfer the PLC program and also its hardware settings. Pay attention. None of these input addresses in this program match with physical input addresses. Because, I want to change them from factory I/O, not from physical inputs that are connected to PLC. In the factory I/O, I need to check some settings. First, I must select Siemens S7-1200 1500. Then, I go to configuration and match this IP address with the IP address of my PLC. Also check the S7-1200 is selected. Now, factory I/O can connect to my PLC. Then, I connect factory equipment to my PLC, like when I used virtual PLC. Now, let's test the program. As you see, my physical inputs don't work, because I don't use them in my program. But I can start the factory process with push buttons, which are inserted in factory I/O. Also, you can see which output is on with PLC LEDs. For example, the second output of PLC is connected to the pusher in factory I/O. Alright, if I want to use physical inputs, what should I do? That's simple, I just need to use physical input addresses. Let me change the start and stop addresses to two last physical input addresses, which are I10.6 and I10.7. Now, I've used these two physical inputs to start stop. Let's transfer this program. Let me activate program monitoring. As you see, in this case, physical inputs have been used in my program. And I start the factory process with my last physical switch. Now, these start-stop push buttons don't work. The pusher is connected to the second output. If I want to stop the process, based on my modified program, I must use this switch. When the factory process is stopped, just this signal lamp is on, which is connected to the third PLC output. Alright, like me, you can do this project with virtual, or your real PLC. And also, use real equipment like my switches, or virtual equipment like pusher in Factory I. In next videos, I'll prefer to use only Factory I equipment, and do projects with TIA Simulator. So, you won't need any hardware in this tutorial. After that, I'll transfer the program to my PLC. Well, here is another way to transfer the previous program to my PLC. If we need to use real inputs like my switches, I must click on Add New Devices and transfer the program. Right now, we have used this way. If we don't need to use real inputs, I can create a copy of my previous project. Check my hardware and its settings, which has been told before. And delete this block from my program. Then, I can transfer and test the program with my PLC and Factory I. Pay attention, in this way, my real inputs won't work, and I must use equipment that is inserted in Factory I. Alright, until now, we have learned bit logic operations, and how to use Factory I beside TIA Simulator, or a PLC to test our programs. In the next video, we'll start timers. Thanks for watching my content. If you have any question on this topic, make sure you leave them in the comment section below, and if you can spend a few seconds of your time liking as well as sharing this video, if you enjoyed it, that will mean a lot to me. If you have any suggestions for the channel, such as what kind of hardware or software I should be covering, then make sure to leave that in the comment section. See you next time. Bye bye.